Okay, Glitch Reaper here. I have a very interesting blog to do. As you might notice, I'm at Baba Yaga's Brewery from my original world, and over there's a space where I had my nether portal. That's because, well, I kind of found out that I actually had an archived version that was pretty much identical to the one I was starting to use before to do my series on re-exploring my first world. Pretty sure it's the exact same version, except it's been like archived from before. Uh, it took a bit of exploring to find this copy, uh, although not as much as I would have thought. I just kind of looked around a few other places where I used to store some files, and it was there. So the good news is that well, how about a bit of a sandwich here? Good news, I have the world to re-explore again. Bad news, I have to do it from a time before I was redoing that stuff on my series, because as you can see, there's no nether portal here, and other things. Of course, after re-exploring my first world before, that does mean that I have certain advantages. I know where my mule is. That's gonna come in handy to know where my mule is. I don't, or I started here. I literally just loaded it up, and here I am at Baba Yaga's Brewery. Now I have my coordinates for my other stuff, so I can head out over land, and maybe, just maybe, if I'm absurdly lucky, I might find where one of my other equines went along the way. Possibly. I mean, it's an outside chance, but it could happen. I'm much more likely to get all the way back to Monument Tree and find Chandor right where I left him before. So, yeah. Also, I got an interesting tip from somebody. Apparently, there's the possibility that I might be able to get the sound back in this world. Now, that's not too much of a problem right now, as I'm doing a vlog, and it's better just kind of go with what I'm saying as the news. And it's just kind of one of those things. Was that cactus all the way over there? Yeah, it's like a tiny patch of the desert all the way up. Because I know this is desert and has cactus, but I kind of forgot about that little spot over there. This is that tiny little piece. It's just kind of a funny little detail. But yeah, either way, the fact is I've got this back, and this means something kind of weird. Although at the same time, I've kind of got an interesting idea. I'd like to know what people think about. Re-exploring my first world this way kind of gave me a bit of time to think about why I wanted to do this in the first place. It's partially because whenever I started, I did it because I kind of had to. I kind of had to archive it for a long time, and this is because 1.7.10 came around and it changed the landscape, and it was such a hard change that I decided to create new world rather than continuing from my old one, even though I'd used it for so many things for so long. Now, on the other hand, this also gave me the idea of why not do that on purpose? Why not restart the same seed over in different major versions of Minecraft according to the terrain? Like, for example, maybe do my original seed number here, but 1.13 plus in the future, or just somewhere past 1.7.10 in general, or something like that, where the terrain has changed over time. So it's just kind of a bit of a generational idea, like generations of the same world. I've been kind of thinking about that for a while, but this kind of gets me really considering it. Now, I am going to attempt to do kind of a season 2 of re-exploring my first world, and a lot of things will come out pretty much the same as what I was trying to do before, but there will be some things that are not, because, again, I have a little bit of a boost upon knowing where a lot of my stuff is. So, yeah, there's that. So, that's gonna be awfully convenient. So, Okay, I'll kind of get back to things, kind of like how I tried before, but this time with a bit of an advantage of knowing where a few things are again, like my mule. And that's going to be so much better to run around the area after I have my mule because they're actually decently quick transportation. So, of course I can also transport like goods and stuff. So that will be a pretty good bonus. So I'm probably going to go with that at some point in the future. And as usual in these old versions, the skin system's a little broke, so I'm still Steve. At least for right now. But again, I kind of got this tip where if I could get this world onto Technic, which I might try to do fairly soon, then there's a possibility that playing a vanilla world in the Technic launcher from an older version will cure the sound issues. So that is a very interesting thought. For some odd reason, it's just the vanilla launcher that breaks this. Well, to be perfectly fair, I'm not sure about the other launchers, but I know Technic is rumored to fix this problem, and I kinda gotta go for it. So, I'll definitely be testing that out. I mean, just for now, just think about this. This is old school terrain that I'm on right now. We have a swamp near a desert and a plains, and a taiga biome over there. Just because in this and for that matter, a jungle not too far away. I mean, seriously, this old school terrain was pretty wacky sometimes. And yeah, there's the fact that it's just interesting to see what kind of crazy terrain you could get back then. So I mean, I liked that concept going back and seeing what this was showing people what this was like back then. So I'm probably going to be doing that again. So yeah, so series weirdly saved as a 2.0 version. So that happened, and that was nice. Sometimes your luck is bad, and sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's just crazy. I'll file this whole situation under all of the above. So yeah, okay. Anyhow, sorry, no parrot party available. I mean, I could go to one of my locations and get a music disc, but there's no parrots to party in this version, so that would be a little pointless. So for now, I'll just be logging off. So this has been Glitch Reaper, even though you can't tell by the skin right now because Steve. But yeah, I'll be hoping to hear from y'all later. So bye for now, everybody.